Well, environmental occupational health, it's a branch of public health where you get to focus on the environment around you. We're talking about air, water, soil, groundwater, and you also get to focus on the work sites as well, workplaces, factories, manufacturing, construction. And so in this field, you're mostly focused on recognizing hazards, evaluating those hazards to see whether they're posing a problem, and then controlling those hazards. So that's what's most exciting is you see it from the very beginning, from identifying hazards all the way through to making sure that these hazards don't reach out and grab people and hurt them. Okay, so careers, I focus on two areas. On the public sector, so a graduate with in the public health with an emphasis on occupational environmental health. In the public sector, you're thinking of jobs with the government, for example, with the federal government, with OSHA, which is the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, as an inspector or a consultant. You can work for state health departments. Like here in the state of Utah, there's a group called UOSH, which is Utah Safety and Health Administration. And you can work for local governments. We've placed several students with Provo City, with Orem City, with some of the local municipalities, and I'm just talking here in Utah, but obviously in any state in the union you can go work for. Then where it gets really exciting is in the private sector. So private sector is where you find most of the jobs. The jobs anywhere from a technician level, which would be the entry-level position, and we would expect students after 5 to 10 years to become certified in either safety as a safety professional or as an industrial hygienist, which is a fancy term for chemical safety. And we'd expect you to be at the management level and the director level, which would command a very good salary. And so this would be, managing programs and for Fortune 500 companies. And so what I talk to my students about is name a company. Name any company that has 50 to 100 employees or more. And those are companies who need safety and health and environment professionals at their locale, managing programs and helping their employees stay safe. So one of the skills you'll develop is program management. There are several regulatory programs that have to be managed in order to be compliant with federal, state, and local regulations. So we teach that in our courses, whether it's an environmental regulation or an occupational regulation. You're going to learn a lot about presentation skills, being in front of people in terms of training, because training people in occupational environmental health is critical that you have that skill. So you'll have lots of opportunity to talk to people. You'll also learn about instrumentation. So you will learn the skills of analyzing air, water, waste, hazardous waste, soil, anything that could have toxic chemicals in it. You learn about how to take a sample, how to analyze that sample, how to report that, how to do the data analysis, how to technically write so that people can understand you, and then present that either at conferences, or you may be presenting it in front of other professionals, or even the CEO of a company, or a key executive who's the one who's going to make decisions about the report that you made. I consider this kind of a hidden gem where, in a lot of public health, the emphasis in public health is really on populations. And what I really like about occupational environmental health is you get to work with populations, with communities, with populations of workers, but you also get to work with individuals. So you have a broad spectrum of people that you're working with, and so that's what makes it a little bit different. Also, it's a little more technical, so if you like math, if you like chemistry, and you like working with people, this is a little bit different from some of the other majors that you'll be involved with. Well, first of all, do you like people? Do you like a little bit of math, some chemistry? Then this is the major for you, because you get the opportunity to apply those skills of working with people and some of these technical skills to controlling workplace hazards and environmental hazards that would have a major impact on communities, on families, on workers. It's very rewarding. It has a lot of healthcare implications as well. And so those would be my questions to you, is if you like those things, this is the major. You get a lot of hands-on with equipment, air sampling, water sampling, and no day is the same. You are doing something different every single day, whether it's noise monitoring, whether it's working with radioactive materials, whether it's working with toxic chemicals, or whether it's giving training to a group of 30-year welders who need a little bit of help in making right decisions about their health and safety. And ultimately, your job is to keep them safe so that at the end of the day, they can go home to their families, to their loved ones, and flourish in this environment.